all are fit and fine. Right, students, up to chapter 4 we have completed, right, and hope do you understand the chapter. Now our next chapter is quality, written by John Galsworthy. Today I will explain you the summary of the chapter. Yes, students, let's read. Quality is the story of a German shoemaker settled in London. His name was Mr. Gessler. He was a perfect artist. See, students, this chapter quality is the story of one shoemaker. His name was Mr. Gessler. His name was Mr. Gessler, and he was perfect artist. Means perfect artist means he was artist in making shoemaking, right? And he was perfect artist. He used to make the boots of the narrator's fathers also. See here, the narrator is John Galsworthy, and this Mr. Gessler, he was making boot of this narrator. Gessler lived with his elder brother. The shop had no signboard, and this Gessler, he was living with his elder brother, and their shop, it doesn't had any signboard, right? He made boots only on advance order, and when someone give order of boots, then only he prepared the boot, right? And they never failed to fit, and whatever he made, whatever size he made the shoes of the person who has ordered, it fitted to that person. He never failed in the fitting work, right? His boots lasted long, and the boots he made always lasted long, means all the boots were durable. So the narrator did not need to go to his shop very often, and as his boots lasted very long, so the narrator did not need to visit his shop often. बार बार नहीं जाना पड़ता था, क्योंकि उनके जो शूज बनाए हुए होते वो बहुत टाइम तक चलते थे, right? The customer going to the Gessler sat on a wooden chair and waited. It was like going to some church, and whenever any customer visit to Gessler's shop, they have to sit on the wooden chair and wait. And it's at that time the customer will feel that he is in the church. The narrator wanted a pair of Russian leather boots. Gessler showed his piece of gold brown leather. He promised to deliver the boots after a fortnight. It seemed, used to dream of boots. Now this narrator, he wanted boot which is made up of Russian leather, right? So Gessler, he borrowed some piece of gold brown leather, right? And he promised to deliver the boots after a fortnight. Means Mr. Gessler promised to narrator that he will deliver these boots after fortnight. It seemed used to dream of boots. Once the narrator complained that his last pair of boots creaked. Gessler was shocked to hear it. He agreed to repair or replace them. Then this narrator complained to Mr. Gessler about the last pair of boots which he had purchased, and it was creak. Creak means some voice was coming. Right? Some voice was coming from the shoes. So Gessler was very shocked, right, to hear it that the boots were making some noise. So he promised that he will repair it or he will replace it. Right? उन्होंने बोला मैं repair कर दूँगा या दूसरा दे दूँगा. On another occasion, the narrator entered Gessler's shop. He was wearing a pair of shoes bought at a large firm. Then one day what happened? The narrator visited to Gessler's shop, and he was wearing a pair of shoes which he had purchased from another shop. Right? Gessler told that those were not his boots, and actually narrator complained to Gessler about the boots he had purchased from another shop. And what he told to Mr. Gessler, that the boot last I purchased making some noise. So Gessler was surprised, he was shocked. What he said, that I will repair it or replace it. So one day when narrator went to his shop wearing the shoes. At that time, Gessler said that these shoes are not purchased from my shop. He put a finger on the place where the boot was not comfortable. He spoke bitterly that big firms made poor quality boots. And Mr. Gessler, he was very confirmed that these boots are not purchased from my shop, and he kept the finger from where the noise was coming, and very bitterly he spoke that the big firms, they are making poor quality boots. He also spoke about the hard times of his trade, and then he started speaking about the hard days of his trade. His own business was going down, and as his business was going down, so he started speaking of hard days. The narrator was deeply moved that he ordered for many pairs. For 2 years he couldn't go to Gessler's shop, and the narrator was deeply moved as Mr. Gessler spoken about hard days, and he told that his business is going down. So narrator, he was deeply affected by that. So he ordered many pairs, right? And for 2 years he could not go to Gessler's shop as he ordered many pairs, and the shoes which are made by Gessler lasted long, right? So for 2 years he didn't get chance to visit Mr. Gessler's shop. When he came to Gessler's shop next time, he came to know that Gessler's elder brother had died. He again ordered for many pairs of boots. And after 2 years, when he went to Gessler's shop, right, he came to know that his elder brother died. And again, narrator ordered many pairs of boots. He was upset to see Mr. Gessler, who seemed to have grown older by 15 years. Now, narrator was surprised, right? He was shocked because narrator seen that Mr. Gessler, he was looking 15 years old, right? Older by 15 years. ऐसा लगता था जैसे उनकी एज 15 साल ज़्यादा हो गई हो 2 years में. And he again ordered for many pairs of boots. Soon he went abroad. And then again narrator ordered too many pairs, and he went abroad. When he returned to his country after a year, he went to Gessler's shop to thank him for the new boots which he had parceled to him. Then after some time when he came back to his country, again he went to Gessler's shop, right? And he wanted to thank Mr. Gessler for the new boots which he had parceled. But he found that the name of the shop was gone. And what he found, that the name of the shop was gone. Mr. Gessler's shop was not there. He had been taken over by some It had been taken over by some Englishman. And that shop was purchased by some Englishman, right? Mr. Gessler's shop was no more, but it was taken by some Englishman. The poor fellow died of slow starvation, and the poor Gessler, he was died of starvation. भूखमरी की वजह से उनकी death हो गई थी. His business failed, for he took a long time to supply the order. As Mr. Gessler, he took more time to complete the order because he did all the work with perfection, right? So he took more time to complete the order. So he was getting very less orders, and he died because of starvation. He never made any advertisement. For his products. He used the best leather. He never gave himself time to it. And he always used best leather to make the product, and he never gave time to himself to eat. He was a character who made really good books. Hope students you understand the chapter. Actually the chapter is name quality. Why the name quality is given? Because Mr. Gessler, who was making boots, was using very good quality of the very good quality to prepare the boots, and he took long time to complete the product because he was doing every work with perfection, right? And he never give advertisement for his product, right? And he never given time to himself for eating also. So day by day what happened, he was getting very less orders. Day by day he was getting very less orders because he was taking too much time to complete the product, to complete the order, right? And big firms, they were using low quality product, and even not perfection was there, and they were completing the orders very fast. So the people moved towards the big firm, and even they advertised their product, right? So people moved towards the big firm, and this Mr. Gessler, he was getting very low order, and because of the starvation his brother also died, and after some time Mr. Gessler also died of the starvation, right? Thank you students.
आभार।